report cards are coming home, so it is time to discuss how to make the most of parent-teacher meetings. So here to share some best practices with your family, we have Dr. Ashley Stevens here from Cabell County Schools. Great to see you today.
Great to see you.
Yeah, this is something that affects every family at some point in their life. So what do these report cards this time of the year tell us? Because it seems a little early.
It is, but I feel like these are the most actionable report cards. They're the first ones. We've been in school long enough that we kind of, the students know what to expect. The teachers are starting to see strengths and some challenges. And so this is the time for us to team up and say, your kid's doing well, but here's how we can push them. Or your student seems to be struggling. Here are some resources to help. So in terms of benefit for the whole year, this might be the most perfect time that we can get together and talk about how to help our kids.
Oh, good. Catch things while you can still help them. Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, how can parent-teacher conferences help families and students? Because sometimes kids do not want their parents to meet with their teachers.
It depends on where they are programmatically.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think just making sure that we are keeping the goal in mind. It is not, you versus me and us trying to figure this out. It's that our student is learning and we're part of a team together to help them get the most out of it. And so I think as long as we're looking into that kind of thing and we're looking at it that way, that we're approaching it correctly, and we really just want ways for learning to be exciting at school and exciting at home. And when we team up, we can do more of that.
So we shouldn't think of it as this just means my child is struggling.
Not at all. I would encourage you, whether your child is doing great or whether they're struggling, to be there. There is a benefit for everybody in terms of building that relationship with the teachers and finding those ways to help sort of, push your student and make sure that they're getting the most out of it. They may need advanced, help, or they might need extra enrichment. So regardless of where they are on the spectrum in terms of their success, I would encourage families to be involved for sure.
Okay. Any tips to help parents go into these kind of meetings so that it can be very effective?
Absolutely. Look over your students' progress so far. So if you have report cards, if you have test scores on some of those early assessments, look at those. Make your list of questions. When we get together, we get on a lot of different rabbit trails. So make sure that you know exactly what you're going to want to ask. And I would encourage everybody on the parent side or the teacher side to assume the best. Assume that you're meeting with a friend who has your child's success at heart, and that we're all working together toward that. And then make sure you ask how you can support that learning at home. It doesn't always mean flashcards and homework and practice. It could be a game that the child really likes to play in class that you can, extend the learning at home. It might be a side trip or something to do after school. So it's not always as academic as we maybe fear.
That's good to know. Now, I know, at least in Cabell County, you all have a special day set aside for parent-teacher conferences. Tell us about it.
Yes, we are so excited. This is going to be on October 24th, and we're running a delayed schedule. So it'll be somewhere in the neighborhood of, 1:30 to 7, depending on the school. Each school has a different approach, but the idea is that we're getting together early in the year. We're looking at where our students are right now, and we're teaming up to see how we can help them get the most out of their learning opportunities this year. So whether it's extra help, whether it is some new things to challenge them, whatever that looks like. We're excited. Our schools will be offering some community resources. If your child is struggling, they'll tell you what to do, or they'll help you introduce you to the people that can help. And if they need extra fun stuff, you'll get to learn about extracurricular activities and just different things that you can do with your child to help them have the best year possible.
Oh, that is great, and I love it. Really, if we just have to think of it, it's a team approach.
Absolutely.
And we want them to do well.
We do, and our parents are the most important members of the team. They know their kids, better than anybody, and they can tell us this is what gets them excited, or this is what they're struggling with, this is what, they come home worried about. And so that is really useful information for us. We can't, serve if we don't know the whole picture.
Right. Those are great tips. So, Dr. Stevens, thanks so much for stopping by and sharing how we can better approach parent-teacher conferences.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.